Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at probability and how you can calculate the chance of anything happening. So in today's video we're going to be looking at two examples of two different problems, and we're going to look at how we can figure out the chance of an event happening. The first example here is that a coin is flipped with heads or tails. What is the chance that after 3 flips, heads is always the result? The first thing we need to do is figure out what exactly to do to solve this problem. So here there's a 1/2 chance of getting heads because there's two outcomes, heads and tails, and only one of them do get heads. And because we have to get heads every single flip, you can multiply the chance of you can multiply 1/2 by itself 3 times. So if we want to solve this, 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 is equal to 1/8, because 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4, and 1/4 times 1/2 is 1/8. So there's a 12.5% chance of only getting heads after 3 flips. Now let's take a look at a slightly more complex example. Here we have the situation that there are 10 cards in a hand and only one of them is a king. If a card is drawn and put back into the hand thrice, what is the chance the king was chosen at least once? The first thing we need to do again is to figure out what to do. And here, because we don't have to get king every single time, we only have to get it once, all you have to do is you have to calculate the chance of not getting a king at any time, and then you can subtract that from 1. So now let's take a look at how we can do this by solving it. So the chance of not getting the king is 9/10 because there's a 1/10 chance of getting the king, so there's a 9/10 chance of not getting the king. Now that we have an example where we have to calculate the probability of not getting the king after 3 picks, so we can do exactly what we did in example 1. In example 1, we multiplied 1/2 by itself 3 times. So here, because there's 3 draws, we can do the same thing with 9/10. So 9/10 times 9/10 times 9/10 comes out to 729 over 1000. So that's the probability of not getting king a single time. And because all we need to do is get king 1 time, we can do 1 minus 729 over 1000 to get the chance of the king being drawn at least once. So 1 minus 729 over 1000 can be written as 1000 over 1000 minus 729 over 1000, which eventually simplifies to 271 over 1000. And to convert this to a percentage, we have to make it over 100, so we can simply divide the numerator and the denominator by 10. So we get 27.1 over 100. So that means out of every 100 scenarios, there's 27.1 scenarios where you get a king at least once. So there's a 27.1% chance of getting the king at least once after 3 draws. This was an intro to probability, and I will be explaining more about probability in my future videos, but thank you for watching and see you in the next one.